Hi there, this is Heather Embry Warren of Blossoming Heart Intuitive Arts, and this is this week's Heart to Heart video with Heather. This week's topic is one of the fundamental, obvious, basic rules about relationships, and pretty much it takes two. I often can forget this. I think when we're going through getting our needs met, conflicts, all of this, and we can sometimes go through all these like internal dilemmas, that there are two people in a relationship. Or to a relationship to your work or relationship to money, there's two elements, right? So this may seem obvious, but a lot of us can forget this, and we feel that we are in control all the time over somebody else, including my cat, who's ready to jump off the ledge and drop everything. So we cannot control anybody, ever. The only thing we can control is ourselves. The only thing that we can be truthful about, aware about, is ourselves and our feelings and our perspectives. So it doesn't make ours better than or less than another's. And another person has a right to their feelings and their perspective. Definitely there can be skewed thinking, definitely there can be misunderstandings. That's where things get really complicated, misperceptions. But the greatest rule of thumb is to stay focused on yourself. Stay focused on your standards, stay focused on your values, not to be self-centered, but out of being very clear and firm of your own boundaries, your own limits, your own needs, whether you can have them met or not with that other person. It doesn't mean being rigid, but there is a place where you need to stand firm and at the same time have some flexibility that can allow for a sense of connection, intimacy with another. Brene Brown, if you look her up, she has a really great talk about boundaries and how when we have strong boundaries, how it actually allows for the flow of true compassion. So when you know that there's yourself and there's another, we can't control, fix, or change another truly. We can influence, we can make suggestions, we can say, hey, this is how it's making me feel. How do you feel about that? What do you want? What do I want? That's where the place of negotiation comes in conversation. Now you're going to get the high conflict, myself included. I have family drama just like the next person. And I come from a background of my father has heavy addictions, gambling addiction. So I've had to create, it's been a hard position to be in, but to have to create strong and firm boundaries with my father. And that I don't like how, I can't respect, and I can't like how he's chosen to do many things in his life. And this is not coming from a place of judgment, it's coming from a place of discernment of the heart. So that's an example, and various spiritual teachers will say this, that when it comes to abuse and addiction, there's kind of a different set of rules, and with relationship rules, and it's always self-protection, self-care, really being able to let go of feeling guilty because you're abandoning them, all of this, and try not to enable. So it's a whole other, there's my phone, a whole other discussion. So I've met people in this field, or people who come to me who are dealing with relationship conflicts and challenges and have no idea, like, what's my part in the conflict, what's their part, feeling guilty, they're feeling like, why can't this person love me? When a couple of just basically turning it in and going, you know what, my needs aren't getting met here. I am so grateful for you, cherish you, I'm grateful for who you are in my life. Either how can we change this relationship, or what would work in this relationship that would be mutually beneficial, right? So that it's not depleting anybody. Life is not meant to be where it goes out of balance and one person takes or receives more than another, or gives more than another. So in two relationships, mutual reciprocity, give and receive, mutual connection and acknowledgement and conversation, being able to do that so that there can be true balance and a real flow of love. So if you're feeling like the relationship you're in, if it's an intimate partnership, you're whining, your needs aren't getting met, you're not feeling satisfied, the person's not, all of these things, stop blaming them, start turning inward, Start asking yourself, am I happy in this relationship on a scale of 1 to 10? What is it that I would need to feel happier? Is this person capable of giving this to me? Is it possible for them to be able to really give me what I need in a relationship? Are my needs reasonable as well? Sometimes we want the person to be our sugar daddy and paying for our new shoes, and we start having these high demands, and that can be our ego talking. So you really want to get, is this a reasonable demand given the relationship? So we can't expect our friend, the friend we just met, to be giving us constant counseling, emotional connection, tears, all of this. We can't expect that of them. We can expect that perhaps if we've had a deeper relationship with a friend over a few years, and there's that trust that's been built. So, really take a look at, what is reasonable in the relationship to ask of that person. If you're in an intimate relationship and that person is cheating on you, or that person is not giving you affection, and you've been communicating with them and trying to figure out why, you're being taken advantage of and taken for granted. So you need to say, this isn't working for me as an intimate partner, and I need something different. Once you do that, then you can call in those relationships that actually serve you and serve the other person and are mutually satisfying and beneficial. Okay, so I hope that gives some clarity and it's not too all over the map. If you want to do some work together, I do intuitive readings, energy healing, personal day retreats and workshops. Book a free heart-to-heart session with me. Would love to chat with you and see where your needs are at. And if you're going through any kind of relationship loss, hurt, or difficulty, I'd love to help you process that so you can get back to your center in your heart and have a more just loving and fulfilling life for yourself, and really have a place of falling in love with you. So www.blossomingheart.ca. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.